So yeah, we're pretty much live. Bonjour tout le monde. J'espère que vous allez bien. J'espère que vous allez bien. Donc, je me présente Louis Collat du 1642 Montréal. C'est notre premier épisode. J'ai décidé ça un petit peu à l'improviste de vous présenter au courant de l'année nos leaders, de présenter un peu l'arrière-scène de l'organisation du 1642. On va peut-être avoir aussi d'autres formules avec ce nouvelle publication, ce nouveau média. Puis j'ai décidé de commencer cette aventure en vous présentant Tayt Brooks. Tate, before I let you introduce yourself, I'm going to start with one question that has been bothering me for the past 4 or 5 years. The first taco I gave you, what condiments did you put in that taco?
Hmm. Hmm. Probably some good hot sauce.
It's probably some good hot sauce. All right, because it has been this taco has been made famous by your story. So maybe I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and I love hearing that story of how you became a member of 1642, basically.
Let's see. Well, bonjour, mes amis. Je m'appelle Tate, and I'm responsible for the external relations for 1642, which revolves around reaching out to the visiting supporter groups and also welcoming visiting supporter groups to Stade Saputo and often to our 1642 tailgate.
Great. And the first your first encounter with 1642, because I don't think enough people have heard that story. I love hearing that story.
Well, my wife and I had the opportunity to go to our first game at Stade Saputo and watch the Montreal Impact back in 2018. I went to a midseason game and then the last game of the season. And the following year, we were interested in going. We enjoyed our time in 2018 and saw on social media the tailgate that 1642 was talking about. And so my wife and I went to tailgate, and some of the first individuals you ran into were you, Louis, the sheriff, and Seb as well. And you're very welcoming, and the tacos were tremendous. And we certainly enjoyed the game, but we certainly enjoyed spending time in interacting with people and supporters of 1642 so before the game. So we ended up going to probably 10 to 12 games in 2019 and really enjoyed it, and ended up joining midway through the season as supporters of 1642, which then led us to the buying season tickets for the 2020 season, which we were excited about. But then, hey, the pandemic hit, and took a little bit longer than we expected to get back to Stade Saputo.
All right. And for people to know, you're not from Montreal. Where do you travel from for every game?
So thank you for asking, Louis. Still working on my French, but my wife and I are Americans, and we live in Vermont, northern Vermont, which from our home to Stade Saputo is only about an hour and 15 minutes. I think a lot of people don't necessarily realize how close a number of Americans are to Montreal, whether it be northern Vermont or northern New York.
Yeah, it's very close, and I think with the Tunnel Louis-Hippolyte Lafontaine being closed, it's from the South Shore. It's probably an hour and 15 minutes
Well,
with traffic going to the stadium.
you joke about that, but I mean, some of the supporters and folks that we talked to from the West Island also kind of joking like, wow, you guys actually make it faster and quicker to Stade Saputo than we do from the West Island.
Probably big shout out to Maxime Cardinal from the West Island, coming in from the West Island. It's true. And I want to learn a little bit about your role. What is the title? What is the title of your role with 1642 now? And what do you do? Because I think, yeah. What do you do?
Great, sure. So my official position is the responsibility for external relations, and what that means is really it's twofold. It's a couple of things. One, I'm responsible and I reach out to all the away supporters. So when we have teams that are visiting Stade Saputo, I reach out. I have a spreadsheet courtesy of the Council of Independent Supporters, and I can talk about that a little bit later. But basically, we as members, and I say 16 who are members of this independent council, have contact information for both the away team's ticket office, front ticket office, but also contacts to the supporters for those teams. And so one of the things that we do, that I do, is to reach out in advance of each game, typically weeks, if not months ahead of time, to those visiting supporters to reach out to them, seeing do they need information in regards to obtaining tickets. Do they need information in regards to anything regarded to Montreal and Stade Saputo, providing information about our tailgate, how to get to our tailgate, when our tailgates begin, when our start, and again, really just trying to put a welcoming face out there for 1642 and for Montreal, quite frankly.
Great.
So that's one aspect. Another aspect is working on away games, and so we have the opportunity as a recognized group with the ISC, Independent Supporters Council, to get tickets in away stadiums in what are considered the away supporter sections. So I try to coordinate that with folks who are CF Montreal, Montreal Impact supporters who are interested in going to those away games, and so that's another component of the position.
Okay, so if I understand properly, I'm a member of 1642, or even if I'm not a member of 1642, I wish to, I'd like to go to a game, to a CF Montreal game against New England, against Minnesota, against Philadelphia. What do I do?
So certainly reach out to us, whether it be on social media, whether it be our website, our email, and express interest in going. And we then have the opportunity. I reach out to the front ticket office, or I already have in many instances. And then we have information available for you to get a ticket, obtain a ticket in the away supporter section. So that way, when you're there on the road, you're there cheering and supporting CF Montreal with a number of other Montreal fans.
Great. And you were saying previously that 1642 is a member or part of ISC. Explain to us what is ISC, and what is the role of that group, and what advantages it gives us being to be part of that group.
Yeah, so the Independent Supporters Council of North America is an organization which organizes and meets annually and represents clubs throughout North America. There's representatives from all Major League Soccer teams other than one, but also representatives from other leagues as well, besides Major League Soccer, some lower tiered teams. And it's an opportunity to network with people across North America to better understand practices better practices, so we kind of learn from one another and communicate. It's also a resource for having direct contacts with other away teams, ticket offices, and it's a great networking opportunity.
Okay,
And
excellent.
myself and Simone just recently went out and participated in their annual conference, and again, it was a great learning opportunity.
What was your biggest takeaway personally coming from that conference?
Well, there are. I think the biggest opportunity is just learning from others, right? You don't always need to reinvent the wheel. Other folks who have been doing this far longer than certainly myself and any others just have experiences to provide, um, and that's just really helpful for me to bring back and to share with individuals such as yourself. What can we do better with tailgates? What can we do better for atmosphere within the stadium? What are things that we can do better when reaching out to visiting supporters? So it's really just educational.
Sure. Okay, excellent. And on your,
Another,
oh, go ahead. Yes, go ahead, Tate.
well, no, the other thing I just wanted to kind of highlight that we are working with Air Canada Vacation
Hmm. Yes.
currently, and so I talked about how we are um, working to attend away games to support CF Montreal. But we're working with Air Canada Vacation right now, and they're providing some discounts. They're kind of running a pilot program with us and some of the supporters in Vancouver to kind of provide some discounts for folks who may be interested in flying to the away games or having a hotel as well. So that's just something I wanted to mention.
I think that's a great point. We do not have that reflex um, enough to reach out to our supporter group when we wish to go see an away game. Um, this is Tate's role is to try to coordinate all of this and to get some deals either for tickets for hotels as you just mentioned for travel, especially plane travels. We have a lot of partnerships that we are working on actively. This is our role. The people that you have elected, their roles is to work are for the betterment of the entire group. So we put all our energies together and to make it as easy, as convenient, and if we can reduce some costs as much as possible for our members. So reach out. You reach out to Tate. The best way to reach out to you, Tate, what is it? Is it by email, by
I,
Slack? What do you
Yeah,
prefer?
I would just say feel free to reach out on our Slack channel, our 1642 Slack channel, or again, just reaching out via social media to our 1642 tweets or Facebook, or again, there's just our website. So there's just lots of open doors for you to reach out and connect with us on.
Excellent. Excellent. And uh, before we finish this interview, um, for your team, for the external relation team, we're working on that this year. We're consolidating a lot of things that we've started that were doing great last year. We want to be able to support our members properly. What type of help, if someone says, "I'd like to help out Tate. I'd like to help out for either away travels, external relations. What type of help would you like?"
you know, as many hands as possible, assist. So whether it's if you're interested in participating, if you're somebody who goes to a number of away games, I'd certainly love to communicate and talk to you. There are opportunities for us to work with the again front office, ticket offices, and some of the away supporter groups for our travels. I'd be and love to hear from folks who might have interest in assisting on that front. And then, again, there's nothing I think more exciting than greeting folks as they come to Montreal for maybe the first time, or even if it's not their first time, just supplying a friendly smile and a welcoming handshake when they arrive, at Stade Saputo, or even better at our tailgate. So again, if you're interested in participating in either of those, or if you do go to those, certainly reach out and let me know, and be happy to have some additional assistance.
Excellent. Thank you. Donc, contactez Tate. Je rappelle souvent par rapport à l'implication avec les groupes, même si c'est pas toute l'année à tous les matchs, même si c'est pour un match, deux matchs, trois matchs, toute l'aide qui peut être donnée va être très, très, très appréciée. Des fois, c'est des très petites choses, mais qui font une énorme différence du point de vue des leaders. So, Tate, I'd like to thank you very much for being the first one on that. I don't know if it's going to be a monthly, bi-weekly, probably not weekly. That's going to be a lot for me, but once in a while show. So thank you for coming on, and we're gonna have well, I'm seeing you on Thursday again for our bi-weekly meeting of leadership meeting, and we're gonna see you around the stadium. In the stadium when we're in Stade Saputo, if people want to come and say hi to you, where do they see you?
Well, I'm getting old, Louis, so I need a seat during the game. So I'm usually seated over in 125. So if you're over in that neck of the woods, definitely look for me.
125, and before the games at the tailgate, of course.
I always, not always, almost all the times, Nancy, my wife, and I are at the tailgate, and certainly love to meet you and converse.
Excellent. So thank you very much, Tate. Merci tout le monde de votre première écoute. Puis j'espère que vous avez apprécié. Puis on se revoit très bientôt. Allez, bye bye tout le monde.
Merci beaucoup.